Welcome to another episode on Mira FM. Today we are talking about a very sensitive subject which is affecting the UAE and Dubai in particular, where a lot of people were affected recently because of the crackdown on the partitions, people living in sharing accommodations and partitions in Dubai. And in the studio today we have someone who can subject matter expert who is qualified and has details around the problems and the solutions and what can be done by the industry and everyone around it to help go towards a solution. And in the studio we have today Anur she's a real estate professional with more than 10 years of experience. And thank you, Anur, for coming to the studio and discussing this very important topic. Please introduce yourself. Where do you stand in the industry, and how can you guide the people who are looking for answers?
Okay. Thank you for having me. My name is Ainur. I'm in Dubai for more than 10 years. And more than 10 years I'm in the real estate industry. I was lucky enough to start from the leasing, not sales, because when I was new in Dubai, it was a little bit frustrating to me. By my own personality, I'm the person who likes to know the rules and obligations and all of it. So when I was going through the interviews, my first interviews for real estate industry, the owner of the company decided to better start from leasing. And in the first months, I got involved in the property management, and I was assistant in handling the first building. It was in JVC. In that time, it was in the middle of nowhere because it was still constructing, and it was only several buildings in this area, but it was a new project for us, which our company took, rented out fully from the owner, directly from developer, and we were doing the sublease. So we had a special contract which is giving us a chance to rent the full building, where we will rent each unit for the individual families.
Right. So, what do you think is going on at the moment with the current real estate climate in Dubai, and how should property owners and tenants navigate this current situation?
You see, as a reality, we're still post-corona time. Right now, the prices are became good, on the market. And when people asking me, will they grow more? I'm saying the possibility is yes. But for many people who came after corona, the prices are huge. But in reality, like if we will take 2018, 2019 even, the prices were much higher than they are now on the market. So the market is totally recovered. The sales are going on, rental are going on. But for people who are in the country recently, the prices sounds not good, like if you're a tenant, because it's became more complicated. And that's where we come in for the renting of the rooms and renting of the beds and partitions. It's became more and more popular. And for a while, many tenants, let's say, they were taking the unit and they were doing partitions illegally, even not announcing it to the owner. And it is a very heavy situation that is grown. If before we knew only some areas, some buildings which were having a reputation that it is possible there, nowadays it's becoming even in the prime locations, which is not acceptable for Dubai.
What's the legal situation around subleasing, subletting, and partitions around? Like, let's say you're a property owner and you want to, you see a demand in the market and you see a certain area needs this and you want to do it properly, safely. Is it possible to do it safely, properly? Is there a legal workaround around this?
Let's say the phrase sublease, sublet, it was always illegal in Dubai. If you're taking even like us as a holiday home company, we cannot rent a room there. We can rent a full unit, even for the short-term stay. It is a law. It is done not because government just like trying to make troubles or cut the business or something. It is a safety reason first thing first. because if you are taking a full apartment and you're doing partitions to that, the first thing which is affecting it is overcrowding, it is a safety reason, it is not registered anywhere, who is staying exactly in the unit. And it is something which is supposed to be regulated. If you are talking about legal way of doing it, I think the hostel license will help you up. But we are talking about the bigger scale, no?
So the hostel license, does that mean it can be, I can take a couple of apartments or floors and apply that license, or no, it's only restricted to certain zone? Is there a zoning restriction around it?
In regards of the hostel license, it's better to discuss with the government itself, because over there you will get the rules and regulations. Like, for example, when I was having a full building, I got approached by the hotel who wanted to rent it out and make a staff accommodation. But even though you need to understand that there are like strict understandable rules for any situation, even if it will be apartment where it will be staff staying, there are regulations for it. It's like how many square feet it is for one person, depends on the category of the work. How many bedroom must have a supervisor, how many bedroom must have manager. If it is a normal stuff like a customer service, how many people can be in the room? Is it allowed to have a double bulks? Is it a category laborers? Because for laborers it is a separate labor camps. So here in Dubai everything is possible, but we need to do it all legal and with support of the government. So if we are talking about the hostel, it will be regulations, it will be restrictions, it will be a new firefighting system, or even when you will be doing the drawing, it need to be approved by municipalities, the same like any commercial property that you are doing. But it is all can be like wisely instructed even by the phone if you will call to the customer service of the economic department and tourism.
That makes sense. So the people who are doing these partitions, you're saying, of course, the illegal ones are obviously illegal, and the property owner has no idea that it's being done. That's one category of people. And then the other category is that they are doing it knowingly. The property owners might be doing it, understanding the risks that might be involved for them as well, but they're still doing it maybe because they want to maximize the yield on their investment. In that case, they want to take these risks. Unfortunately, it's wrong, but they're still taking them. What kind of, how would you say, what kind of fines are there around them, or what kind of trouble can they get into from of course, of people getting hurt? That's obviously, if there's a fire, of course, that's one liability. But if they get caught, what is the government doing to them? Is there a warning system, or is there heavy fines? What's going on there?
It all depends on the situation. They can give a first warning if they do understand the situation, if the owner was not aware or something. But there are situations when it is written inside the tenancy contract that it will be partitioned, and it's written that the owner is accepting it. There are different circumstances because in the contract itself there are addendums to the contract, so it all depends on the situation. The government right now is giving fines. It is understandable because as we see, they started to fight with it, and I totally understand why they are doing it, because many of the buildings, they became overcrowded, which is not acceptable, to say the truth. You see, I will tell you from the other part around, yeah? When I was managing the full buildings, yeah, it all depends on the management company itself, yeah? So for my security, it was a task to monitor. If, God forbid, it will be some maintenance work done in the building, in the new apartment which just recently rented, or in the existing tenant, and my security and engineers will miss it, it will be on them. So they will get a warning letter, I will give them a fine. So for me, the measures was that security, it is the eyes of the building, and they need to monitor. In one moment, I faced an issue that a new tenant, he passed these gypsum boards inside. An engineer gave me a call and said at night it was a gypsum work inside. We heard it, We made an inspection, but they cannot go inside because the unit is rented already. So we don't have an access for it. But they are doing partition. So in this case, the main concern was how they brought it in. You now understanding the gypsum board, it's a big board, like you will see it if you're bringing it inside. But they brought it in the carton box, like a normal carton box, gone through the parking area, direct to the elevator, and gone up. And at night time, they were doing this partition. For us, with them, most of the time, if it's happening like this, it's a call for the municipality. It is if you have a reason to go inside, like maintenance issue or some issue, the security and engineer going inside making photos, so we have a proof that partition is done. But like most of the time, we are waiting when they will finish the work. And then we are calling to municipality, paying for the municipality checkup. Municipality is coming inside, like they're knocking to the door, they're opening, going inside, making the photos, making an official report. After it, we can go to the court with it, make an eviction, and then only after it we will get our unit back. This is a process, how it to be done from the legal way. In the situation that I'm telling you about, when they brought it and they were doing partition at night time, we had another situation. These laborers who were doing this partition part, they were smoking inside, and small fire started. So we had a legal reason to go inside because of the fire system alarm gone in. And after it, we kick them out.
Wow. So when they are doing this kind of civil work, I guess in some ways, there is no noise. I mean, drilling.
There is a noise.
So complaints will
There is a
happen up
drilling.
and down.
But most of the time, it depends on your neighbors. Will they complain or no? So it is essential about the property management of the building. Will the security be reacting or no? It all depends on the building itself, on the area itself. Will the neighbors will make complaint? They will not complain. Will security monitor it or not monitor? Because there are different types of the buildings here in Dubai. There are some buildings, like for example, Blue Waters. You don't have access card, you will never come inside. Even if you are a guest, friend, the security will not even open your door. It is their rules internal to avoid all this kind of the situation. If we are taking Amar buildings over there, you need to have a representative. It is a full system how to go. So each building is trying to fight with it differently. But it all starting from the building itself. How hard they're paying attention for this kind of situations.
I mean, that makes sense. So you said the municipality, when they get a complaint, they will go inside. Without a court order, they cannot, of course, they are in the same situation, right? They cannot enter any apartment without a legal court order. So they are also in the same situation. They have to get an order of some kind.
Yes. It's either random inspections happening, what is happening now. Now they have main goal to clean it up. So they're going and they have list of the apartments which they are checking and inspecting. But if it is an owner itself, our tenant himself, I had different situations when the tenant is calling municipality because it is some maintenance issue which he feels are not healthy to stay with, which he complained to the owner, but it was no reaction, or it is some issues like, for example, AC, high humidity inside the apartment. He doesn't want to stay there, but if he will cancel the contract, he will need to pay a fine,
Right, or maybe black mold or something.
Yes. So for this kind of the thing, they are calling for the municipality as well, doing the inspection.
How long does that process take? A few weeks, few days,
few weeks.
Few weeks. And the entire timeline of the whole
And then you need a lawyer, then you're opening the case. And to open the case is another story. It can take time as well. Most of the time, eviction of the apartment, it's taking around 2 months, let's say. 1.5 to 2 months. If you have lawyers on the back of you who knows all the process and who can do it fast.
Let's talk about the numbers around it. So if, say, you're a building owner and you are in this situation, what's the cost what's the government fees you might be paying, or what's the operational obviously it's a nuisance, it might end up being a lot of money. What is the timeline and then the money involved in getting this cleanup done from start to finish, total lawyers fees plus government fees?
I will tell you straight away, it all depends. It depends on the company you're. If you're a full building, most of the time you have an loyal lawyers like on the back of you. You having a sign-up contract with them because full tower, it's a different story. If it is an individual unit, so it's different. Like a municipality inspection itself was costing around 1,500 dirhams. If you're calling them,
Per visit.
Per visit, yes. It is a first step, Like, and I cannot tell you like straight numbers. I'm telling you approximate. That's what I remember. Because thank God for the past 1.5 years, we were not calling for anyone, and it was all going slowly and smoothly for us.
And how does it affect your, let's say you're a property owner and you have some insurance, maybe property insurance or fire safety or, flood damage?
There is insurance on the market for the flats itself. It is advised to the owners, to the landlords, like in all civilized countries, like overall, it is mentioned that you can do the insurance. Insurance itself, it is a full process here. Like we are providing the service to help to get this insurance, but we are charging for it because it's not a small thing to do. If, like, for example, in other countries, there is an insurance agent who is coming, doing inspection of your property and so on and so forth, here the insurance for the apartment, they're giving you huge questionnaire with questions like how many fire sprinklers you have, from what is the construction of the walls, is it a cement or like the structural, engineer questions. What is the name of the management company for the maintenance, AMC contract, annual maintenance? What is for the firefighting, which floor, which direction? So this kind of the questions is not easy to fill up. So for this we are asking. It costs insurance itself. It doesn't cost much. It costs around $200 to $300 a year. But it is protecting only the box inside. I never had an insurance with a property where you can insure all the furniture or your personal belongings. We didn't come to this level. The maximum that we can offer to the owner is to insure the stay of the tenant. If God forbid something will happen with the tenant who is staying inside, or if he will damage the property, like constructional damage or something big, to cover it up.
And if there was a partition situation, let's say it was done illegally, either with the consent of the owner or without, is the insurance cancelled, affected, or
Of course.
still? I mean,
it is a criminal case. Insurance will tell you go and open a case against the tenant. It's illegal actions. It is the same like it is a flood and rain was happening. You have a full insurance of the car, but it all depends on you. Will you jump in this water or you will not? Will you drive the car or no when it was announced that it's not safe?
So let's say it happened without the tenant, the property owner. It was completely, he was not aware.
Yes.
And it's not his fault.
Yes.
And what happens to do the insurance still support them or not?
I don't think so.
This is a very important point for people to realize.
You see, I will tell you straight away. When we were talking about insurance, an owner is asking me if it will be a fire inside the apartment or water leak or something. It's like how it will be happening. First thing first, it will be investigated whose mistake it was. I do understand if it was between the floors, 2 levels, and you cannot prove like on which side of the pipe it was owner who is on the top of you or it's your mistake, but it's between the walls. This is a situation is more discussable. But if, for example, you have another tenant staying on the top of you and he put the water on and it's totally flood your apartment, whose mistake it will be? Insurance will not cover it. You need to claim this money from the owner of the other unit, isn't it? So it is all logical, all standard. There are insurance circumstances and there are not insurance circumstances. They're naming it like, I forgot this name in English. I will remember it and tell you later on. So
moving on to the tenant side of the situation. Now,
yes.
Of course, this market was always there. I mean, I grew up in the UAE and I remember in Abu Dhabi, they used to be there in the 90s even. The
Yes.
partitions were always there, but obviously families used to live in Abu Dhabi. There was a market was not that, supply was not that, and was very expensive to rent. And then they used to have these large partition areas, and whole families used to live in apartments, maybe split into two or something. Not as bad as what's happening right now, but it was like a. So it's been going on for a long time, and then how, I mean, the tenants obviously need to live somewhere. What can they do, because they are probably in an income bracket where they cannot afford to? Would you advise them to forget about the partition, go to the bed spaces, just share regular rooms? That's safer. What's the current situation? In the current situation, what's the best alternative for them? Either, of course, they have to move from Dubai. That's one. That's too much time on the road spent between commuting. Secondly, is that they will just pick some, let's say, 3-bedroom, and then they rent a room, which is, again, you said there's no subleasing concept. They are kind of, on verbal agreement, they are paying some amount to someone, but at least it's not a partition. It's just a room in the 3-bedroom. What are your thoughts on that?
The main thought is, yes, it's traveling from another emirate.
That's the legal way.
It is a reality, or rent the apartment with a friend. There are risks because the tenancy contract is going for one person, but as for today's situation, it's, if you're staying here, if you're working here, it's better 2 friends, 3 friends staying in studio apartment, and it will cost you even cheaper than the rooms, isn't it?
So you're suggesting that one person can have the lease, of course, and then
stay with a friend.
And then it is kind of the same thing, but in
it's not the same thing. It's like it's not like I'm not telling about rented for 4 people, put in a small studio, 4 bulk beds, make a rest area or something like this. I'm telling about the normal situations where, like, for example, I'm staying with my sister in 1 bedroom, and it's not like I'm mentioning her in the beginning when we just moved in, but overall it is a normal living condition, and I know if my friend will stay with me, it will be still enough space. You're understanding the point, yeah? I cannot give an advice about it. Yes, it is a big issue here in Dubai in regards of the price for the people who are new here, whose salary is low, but it's maybe change of some regulations will be happening, because here the government it's reacting very fast. It's not like checking, thinking too long. They see the issue, they're fixing the issue. If they started to fix this issue, it means that they will give a solution for it as well.
That's good to hear. So at the moment, the situation is like right away, there's no instant solution. The legal solution is to move into a studio in your own name or share maximum with another person, friends or family, in that case, so that the occupancy in the entire apartment doesn't exceed by maybe 20% more. I guess that's the maximum you can do, not 50%, not double 100%. Let's say there are 2, cannot be 4 already, something like that. So it's there. And all right, so let's. Is there any kind of support structure you think available for the people who were ejected out of the apartments? Of course, they're not criminals. Obviously, they were maybe they didn't know they were doing something wrong. It was just a matter of survival, or just like you said, that their income didn't allow them to they saw, maybe they were convinced by some people that this is the right thing to do. You don't need to go for a studio. Just live here until you find a better place, kind of thing. Is there like a how many hostels are there, or the kind of smaller apartments available for those people who are like, maybe they are on the border, they can afford the smallest of the studio, or maybe some kind of other arrangement? Or is there anything? I heard there was like a hotel a couple of years. There was some talk about that coming up. I'm not sure if it happened or not.
Okay. Overall, there are hostels there in Dubai. They are available, like proper hostels. They're advertised, and there are holiday homes, which have small studios. Thanks God, it's summer now, which is low prices. on the market, which is giving an opportunity to move. If it was happening, for example, in November, December in high season, yes, it will be a panic on the market. But right now, there are places to stay, as it is not such a big amount of the tourists here. There are rentals available, legal rentals, at least for the months or couple of weeks to find out the solution.
And let's say this is an opportunity. Someone wants to invest. Let's say this is a nice opportunity for the hostel market. Someone wants to do that. Would you advise them that instead of maybe investing in apartment for rental income or buying a building, something, maybe they should consider some kind of hostel license or going in that direction? So because there's a market for it.
I will never advise something like this. It all depends on the investor himself. You need to understand hostel industry, holiday homes, hospitality, wherever it is a commercial side of it. So you need to count in many things inside. It's open business in any country. It's easy. It's easy to do it in Dubai, but you need to understand how you will work with it. It's all depends on the investor himself, if he will calculate, if he will check the legal side, find the proper property which will work for it, calculate how much investment he need to make all according to the rules and regulations of all the instances, and after it to say if it is a profitable business to him. Because you see, it's not like, you cannot go in without researching the situation totally. I had such a request last year, and even during this year, it is a full building, which one floor they want to make as a hostel, and it was a question how we will do it. And I gave the same advice, because first thing first, if you are talking about the commercial property, you need to bring an advisor who will make for you a proper drawings which will be accepted in municipality. When the municipality checkup will be coming, they will tell you what you need to change. Like in my personal example, during the Corona time, I was handling one of the buildings in Bar Dubai, Al Mankul area. It is a fully family-oriented building, but it's quite old, it's like 20 plus years. And we have some units, like people vacating them, and we found out that they are like inside in the horrible situation. And personally, yes, we rented it for the sublease during the Corona time, 3-bedroom apartment, huge one. But when the conditions was that they will do the full maintenance, and this contract is only for 1 year, and our engineers were rechecking how they're doing it all inside, because we knew exactly how many people will be staying. It is two people for one room, 3 people for another room. It's no gypsum work, like minimal as well there. The only thing they requested us to close the kitchen, because it was an open kitchen, and the conditions was not to cover it till the top, so it was all counted in. And we knew exactly that it will be not a family staying there. It can be like understandable, and in the big units, like you can see what they're doing. The main concern is not to make it overcrowded or something.
Right. Is there any, have you seen in the market anyone having plans for purpose-built structures for hostels, or like you have in the West sometimes, like the building was designed with the hostel in mind, like say I have some buildings which are designed for as a hotel in mind. Are you seeing any kind of talk around that, or is there any kind of demand?
I saw some advertisement with capsule beds, like Japanese styles,
Hong Kong as well.
Yes, but here in Dubai, I saw it like in the past 1 year. There are like properties, hostels like this.
So it looks like the market is moving in that direction, where as the supply squeeze is coming, they are mimicking, or rather in the same pathway as like Hong Kong or Japan, where because of the space they are forced to go there.
As for now, we don't need it in such a big numbers. I do understand that bed space partition situation happened, and now the market will shift. But right now, we have properties available like for the normal stay. It's all got calculated for us, and there are new projects coming out. So the Dubai is not cheap city to live. Dubai is not cheap city to come, but overall the prices here are not so high. I will tell you straight away, I came recently from vacation. I'm spent in my country, in Kazakhstan, in the grocery more than I'm spending here. Just for your understanding, that the prices are not so crazy. It all depends on what level you want to live here. And there are many things which are affordable. Yes, rental is expensive, but the salaries are not small as well. Let's take it real.
Right. So it's all relative, obviously. I mean, if
Yes.
the people who are, Khalid Times is doing a lot of reporting around it, Gulf News did a lot of good exposure around it, and you see on TikTok as well, many people suffering. And let's, like you said, that the government is more proactive. Let's see if there will be, releasing some regulations around it to help people, maybe even legalizing. I think the immediate answer is maybe legalizing some kind of subleasing where people can live in a, okay, you can sublease, but like you said, occupancy cannot be more than this. That will, put the pressure off in the current scenario a little bit.
I don't think that it will put the pressure off because, again, it is about the safety of the city. It's a safety because, like, for example, we are running holiday homes. Right now it is implemented a keyless system for the smart locks. Yeah, so we are not giving the keys for access to any unit without the person registering in the application and getting an access through the phone, through the application. It is essential for us that this kind of the method was taken. Because even for the holiday homes, we rented it for one person, but we cannot check who is exactly staying inside. But like this, we can give a limited access to the apartment. So if, for example, his friend or someone else is coming to stay there, they need us to request another access to provide them so they can use it from the other phone during their stay, which is a safety matter, isn't it? So when you're telling like they will legalize it, I don't think that it will be happening now, because to check it all so it will be in the proper way, it is another side of the story. People will still try to avoid this system because you see, even me, the person who is helping to rent out for us for property managers who are assistant landlords, you know that we are doing the screening of the tenant. We are asking him straight away where he works. Bring me salary certificate. You're a newbie? I'm sorry. We cannot rent it for you because we don't know what to expect. And to protect the owner, protect us from the illegal actions, we need to see who is staying.
Do credit scores help? I mean, checking the credit score, will that help in this case?
Credit score, yes, if it is a big property, if it is a penthouse or something. But you see, credit score, it is a little bit picky here in Dubai because it all depends on the person. There are many people who doesn't like to use credit cards at all and take loans, and it will affect their credit score as well,
Because I understand that credit score also counts your bill payment capacity. Like if you didn't pay your Diva, FIVA bills on time. Yeah. So it's not just about credit. It's the word credit score is used.
You know how many times I was requesting this credit score from the Etihad Bureau paper? It was always in the yellow zone. It's like I never got it. It's like this orange zone in the middle. It was always somewhere in the middle. Not a green one, not a red one. Never saw another report.
So it's not helping that much.
It's helping maybe, but it's like for me, I don't have this maybe type of the education to understand it. But for me, it was a joke. We were implementing it and we were doing it. And before implementing it, we were requesting the same report. Like there are two types of the report. One which is cost like around 20 dirham, 70, 80.
Just a number.
Just a number, yeah. So it's like less than 100 to 120 dirhams. I don't remember exactly. And one is which is more detailed, which is you're giving for the bank. We cannot push tenant to give us a detailed one, which first thing, it cost money for them, and second thing, they don't want to open this information for them, and they're fully right not to open it. So we can answer them only the basic one, the first page, like where it is.
Yeah, because I see that, I mean, having a salary doesn't mean that you're repaying your bills on time. Many
This is the
people
thing.
are, okay, many people with very large salaries might be overextended in some areas. They will, okay, yeah, he's making 50K even, let's say, but the person is not even saving few thousand left because they have all kinds of different expenses going on. And the credit report will reveal that more accurately rather than the incoming income.
Okay, so this report must be more easy to get.
I think there's a cultural shift which will eventually happen.
It will be happening. It is happening. We see AML working like quite good. We see that in any industry they're asking the KYC forms, which is very essential. So like overall the bank system was interesting here in Dubai. Like the thing is that you have a low salary, it depends will you get an account. No, to get account here it's more complicated than in any country, I think. I was staying in China myself when I was living, and I was a student there. When I was living from China, I had 5 to 6 bank accounts from different Chinese banks because they were opening it for me. I'm coming inside, giving the passport, and I'm getting account straight away. When I came to Dubai, for me, it was a complication, you know, because my first job was on a low salary. Everything was paid by the company, so I was okay with it, but I brought cash with me, and I didn't know where to put it. And when I first approached the bank, they said, "Not, we will not open you a bank account." And it was a full struggle for me to push to get an account here. So this reports that you are telling me, yes, it will be essential, but it is from the other side, how it is legal us to push tenant to give it to us. If it is a big deal, yes, of course. We will push him, we will ask him, because the amount of the rental is like $500,000. Not everyone can afford it. But overall, it's if it is a one bedroom or studio unit, we will ask for salary certificate, and we will just check the credential of the company itself and his position.
And also there's, like you said, that if the person is brand new, they will not have much of a credit history to check anyway.
Sure.
So that's also, there's a risk you're taking, and you're doing face value evaluation of the person. Okay, seems all right, this profession, this and that.
This is the thing. It's not only about it. It's about the communication with the person. Like while you're closing the deal or you're having a discussion, you're explaining him the rules that you put it for him. Like for example, in our property management, we have a contract with addendums of the contract where it is a move-in procedure and move-out procedure, where it is written the rules that we are implementing, like till the level like you're not allowed to cancel your diva or any accounts when you are doing the move out procedure. So for example, for us it is essential to come inside to check everything is working, to do inspection, and that's it. So the person, when they are reading this contract, then it's not like 2-3 pages, it's a lot of pages. And during even this discussion and communication, you see how serious the person is.
So you said the diva cancellation part. So isn't that up to the tenant? I mean, that's their
What do you
right to, if they want to cancel their diva.
When you are
sometime
moving
then.
out of the apartment, there are different types of the inspection happening. Depends on the company with whom you are working, or the owner himself. He can be in the country, he can be not in the country. Some people are asking like the full clearance first, and then you can hand over the unit. So like for us, it is essential to make a first inspection and then get the clearances. And then after it, we can start the discussion about the deposit. Because many times we're giving to our tenant a chance to make a wall paint or by themselves if they are not okay with the price projection that we gave to them, how much it will cost and how much it will be deducted from security deposit. So it all depends on the situation. So it is essential that it will be still there. Because to make a reconnection, maybe we will find another tenant already, and we don't need to reconnect it on the owner and then back to the tenant again.
This is for the holiday home situation.
No, it is for the long term.
Oh, really?
For the holiday homes, it is different. Holiday homes is provided fully, like full unit is provided with Diva, with Do, with like internet, gas, everything. It's supposed to be connected. And from the beginning, while we are signing the contract with the owner, it's connected on the owner name from the beginning. So when we will be giving these holiday home units back to the owner after the stay of the tenant, after the finishing the contract, the all utilities are connected on the owner name, and he can cancel it by himself.
Right. Same thing with the tenant, I believe, because if they don't, then it's again goes back to the credit score. There might be a travel ban put across by Diva if they didn't pay on time because it's like linked to your Emirates ID.
Not many people knows it. You need to understand that it is a standard. Here in Dubai, there are delays in the payment sometimes. Sometimes people are not here, that they are not making payment in time. Sometimes they are not even receiving the email because from the beginning the email was not registered on them. Even we are facing this situation. Like, for example, if we are doing it on the owner and owner is not in the country, so we need to come for the, for example, Do provider, and he will be doing registration for us. And in the end, when we are registering the cabinet, then we're finding out that the email is wrong. And you cannot see the full email. It's just like you understanding that you are not receiving it, and it is like one letter in the end or in the beginning. Then you are making a request to change all of it information, so you're understanding the point. Because most of the landlords with whom I'm working, I'm just talked with them by phone. With few of them I had a Zoom call, but many of them I didn't see.
Wow, that's a big
Yes, we are the people who are handling their stuff, it's just like they got to know about us through the agents, through other owners who advised us, and by the phone conversation we are explaining them what we can do and what we cannot do, and we are their hands and legs here. This is how we are working. You understanding the point about the managing the property.
Right. So basically, you're the full service provider here.
Yes. It is post-sale service provider. If you are not in the country, it's better to give it for the management company, because at least you will have someone here who will be monitoring what's going on. And if it will be any complaint, even from the tenant side, something will be going wrong, or bills were not paid on time, it will be coming for us, and then only coming to the owner, and we can give an assistance like this is right and this is wrong.
In which case would you say it's better to hire a management service provider, or in which case it's not advisable to hire? Maybe you can do it DIY. What's the option for? What is the criteria to choose a service provider versus no, you don't need to choose?
Okay, property management, it is a very popular thing in any European, American, Canadian, like West countries, I will tell in total. It's a standard thing to have. Here, it all depends on the owner himself. If he is here or his relatives are here who can monitor and who can help them up, yes, you can do it yourself. But you need to learn the rules and regulations, and you need to understand what is legal, what is not legal, at least the most basics of it. And if, for example, you even don't have a bank account here in Dubai, or you not staying here, you have several units, it is straight away property management.
I think maybe more than maybe 3, maybe up to 2 you can manage, maybe even 3, I would say.
Let's say it from the other way around, okay? You are the owner of the several units, You want to do management, sales, or whatever, or make a rental by yourself. You think it is legal?
It's a lot of work.
It's not about a lot of work. If you want to sign up a contract, do it all by yourself. If you hire the person, and he doesn't have a real estate license on the back of it, you as an owner of several units need to open real estate. And have
Is there like a minimum threshold for this?
This one we need to recheck what are the rules and regulations, because I'm telling you, because I was working for the local family who has properties, and yes, we were working on their real estate, and all the transactions we were doing inside the real estate company to run these properties.
Going out a little bit wider in the UAE, do you have any idea what's going on in Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Quwain, with regards to, of course, because the rents are lower there, they don't have to go with the partition probably over there, and they are fine, and maybe there are few very, very rare cases as the rents are lower in that case. Do you have any idea how is that market managing in this case with holiday homes or rentals and all of this happening?
I will tell you straight away, any emirate have their own rules and regulations. They have their own authorities, and rules are everywhere different. So if you're talking about Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Quwain, no matter which emirate you will take, it will be another rules in each of them. Like, if I'm not mistaken, recently it's Sharjah or Ajman announced no increase for 3 years. I think
Sharjah already has something. They have kind of rent control their
system, yeah. So, for example, if I'm taking Abu Dhabi, increase of the rent there, it's not then more than 5% yearly owner can do. And yes, either in Sharjah, either in Ajman, like last year, they announced that 3 years no increase on the rent.
Rent freeze
by the government. So each emirate have their own rules, and to say about the situation, what's going on there and how they're regulating, I'm not an expert in it. It's my apologies.
That's fine. I think the Sharjah is also, there's no index over there as well, so the rents are free float, and I guess they are somewhat reacting to each other, because to Dubai,
yes, of course,
and then Ajman Sharjah reacts to the Dubai flows in and out, definitely.
Every market is growing, like any emirate you will take. There are so many attractions to any of the emirate, but it's like overall they're going in their own way, and they are adapting it for the population which is staying there. Like that's why, like in Sharjah and Ajman, I think there are a lot of family communities where the like full villas are getting rented by one family.
How would you say, which Emirates would you say, apart from, of course, Abu Dhabi and Dubai are kind of twin cities, but I mean, and then subsequently Sharjah and Ajman are impacted more directly with Dubai. But what about the others, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah? Are they more independent because they're farther away from Abu Dhabi, Dubai? They're growing more independently?
No, Ras Al Khaimah, it's another story. Come on, Ras Al Khaimah now is booming. It's growing. It's so many things. Of course, it's so many things are happening. From the moment they announced that it will be a first casino in Ras Al Khaimah, it's totally different. Over there, the policy even about the tourism, it's totally different. There are hotels like I'm personally going to spend a weekend there, because it is the same style of all-inclusive system, and when you're renting a hotel there, you can choose how many meals you will have and what entertainment it is. So it's a totally different concept from Dubai. And for a while, for a long time, I know the people who don't like to come to Dubai, they're coming directly to Ras Al Khaimah. They have a charter flights for some of the countries, full flight, they're buying a tour, done. They're in a 5-star hotel, and for me, I need to go to Ras Al Khaimah to meet up with them because they're friends of the parents or something like this, to meet them up, because they're saying like, no, we came for vacation, we came only for beach, full included, children are entertained, what else we need? So it's different vibes and the styles of the same. The same I can say about Ajman. Everyone who likes calm vacation, like easy going, is they are choosing the Ajman hotels as well. For Sharjah, it is another concept as well. It's like family-oriented type. Al Quwain, yes, Al Quwain is growing. There are a lot of beautiful places there. I'm researching new places, new vacations. They have an ecotourism there as well, which not many people know. So each emirate is unique. This is my understanding of this country. And for me to go once in a month out of Dubai and research new places, it's something essential, because everything is growing and growing very fast.
So this is a good sign because there's people don't have to fixate on the larger markets. They can also explore, and maybe they'll find a more comfortable life instead of living in Dubai, strained, running around, commuting. Maybe they should explore the other Emirates and then maybe have a better, peaceful, higher quality of life, living nearby. Maybe that they can even maybe walk to their place of work, or maybe do remote work, and then that makes more sense. And
Okay, let's take here in Dubai the communities that they are building up, like Damak Hills 2 or Lagoons or Rukan, this site, Arabian ranches. It is another type of this suburb, isn't it? It's only villas there. It's so calm inside. That's what they are trying to implement here in Dubai as well. So it's always a choice for the family where to stay, or for the person to choose Emirate. It is a choice of the person. For me, I'm staying here so many years, and like, for me it is essential to travel somewhere else, and I like the road trips. I like to research. So I've gone through all the Emirates, and in each Emirate I have a unique place where I like to come back. And every year, every single month, it's growing. But the fast growing city is Dubai anyway.
Circling back to the gaming license situation on Marjan Island, right? If I'm not mistaken. So how much of that is, let's say, hype, and how much of it is real? Let's say, okay, in the beginning they'll be like, that's a big deal. When is coming? It's a big deal. It's all of that. But then, from a numbers perspective, how would you say, okay, this is the press and this is the reality? Like, how much is
what was the question about
the
which license?
the gaming license, which is the
okay.
So in that place, what kind of impact it's having on on the real estate sector nearby?
It will grow. It will,
because it's one component of the industry. It's not it's not everything. It's one component.
It's not one component. If you have a casino place and you're putting a separate like spot for it, like a small town, it will grow in a big city. It is a reality of the market. That's why, like, for example, let's take Las Vegas. Let's take
Macau as an
Macau
example.
as an example. What it was happening, it was a gambling inside the country. They put it on the site and they grow a city around it. This is what will be happening as well. It's a standard. I have the same example as in our country. It was legal casinos all around the country. They canceled all of them and they gave one small town, city. Now it is a city of the casinos, and people from all around the world are still coming there. And they will be coming, and it is growing. It is new and new places, new resorts are coming up.
So the model is working. That's good.
It is. And it will be first in GCC countries, isn't it? So it is like new modern thing. It's unique. It's something which is very long time, very like discussed. Will it be ever possibility about it? And now it is coming to the market. Of course the city will grow. It is like no other discussion around, and anyone who understand the idea even of it, that it is coming, it's really here. So it is a time now.
I think it's 2 years. I think they will be ready.
Yes, but if you will invest, you will invest in the off-plan, no? And wait for it.
Right. I mean, this was a very good discussion. And in closing thoughts, what kind of closing thoughts you have around for in let's say bullet points? For some advice for the service providers, some advice for the owners, and some advice for the tenants in 1, 2, 3. What would you suggest?
Okay, as for tenants, I will tell straight away, no matter how hard it is in the beginning, no matter what's going on, if you want to stay and live in Dubai, if you choose this place, the UAE itself, you need to live as per the law. You need to have a clean book, you need to have clean thoughts, and even if you don't know the regulations, sign up for the news and they are writing it all up. Everything is easy here, everything is like given information. There is nothing covered here in this country. If you want to work here and stay here, you need to go as per the book. This is a country where we came for the safety and stuff. I'm telling it as a person who chooses to stay here. There are a lot of options to overjump or to try to overjump, but I believe in this government that earlier or sooner you will be catched anyway, and it will come to the troubles. For the owners, yes, it is a pity situation. If you are not in a country, it's better to get a property management company. No matter what you will do, short term or long term, it's better to have someone on the back of you here. Any relative, any friend or professional company who will be helping to handle you all the situation. In regards of the partition itself, actually for me, all these 10 years I was waiting when it will start.
It's been going on for a long time. Yeah.
Of course. It is like understandable when it's happening place to place, time to time. But when you can see on some buildings, it is a rental advertisement and it's written families only, you understand that in the area itself there are too many partitions and bad spaces, which is not good. This means the area will be overcrowded and you would be not able to live there properly as well. So it needs to be done the work from all the parts. It is very essential for the building management, first of all. Securities, which are like all the securities must be CIRA approved. They must be handling this, reporting it. And for example, if I will get an email from the building as an owner, and I will get to know that someone is doing construction and they didn't take a permit for this work from the building, it will be essential for me to understand what's going on there, what they're doing with the unit, isn't it? But for example, I'm the owner and I was not even aware that it has happened. This is another story, isn't it? So it needs to be involved, like announcement system, like the first thing first, it is the security and engineers and the instructions from the building management.
Thank you so much, Ainur. Where can we find you online? If someone wants to reach out to you, maybe which social platform do you prefer?
I prefer WhatsApp. If you will leave my phone number, company number,
you might get a lot of messages.
This will be good. I'm ready to help. I'm happy to help. I'm giving a big assistance to the agents and the owners, even like by phone, wherever it is, if they are facing any issues here, at least to explain what is possible, what is not possible, and what is correct and not correct. It's better for me feeling, you know. The awareness of this kind of the situation, it is essential.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope this helps tenants. And I mean, we are sympathetic that they are struggling in the situation, and then there's always a better way. And being on the right side of the law will also help the tenants from being scammed, which is happening also as well,
Yes.
and their rights will be protected, and they will have legal ground. And they can ask for support. I mean, you know, when they are working, the right way is always the tough way in life. Sometimes it's the slow way, it's the hard way, but it's it protects you in a 360 way instead of going for the easy win, the cheap win, and easy will. It's just adding. You pay the cost is backloaded, and you end up paying more for the comfort maybe at the because it looks safer, but it's much worse in the long run. Maybe not in the long run, maybe in the short run, you might be in big trouble and someone might get hurt, and we don't want anyone getting hurt. So that's why we're having this discussion. And Anur was very helpful in explaining all the details around the city and the various regulations around it. Please follow us on the socials. We're on LinkedIn, YouTube. This is Muzammil Sheikh with Mira Business FM. Signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.